Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started.
Is it recording? Where's the camera at, though? This is a special episode of The Patty Show. Welcome to The Patty Show, my name is Patty Setiatti.
Yeah.
And in this podcast, we explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity. And in each episode, we talk to each inspiring guest and share what you can do to make your personal paradise. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome everybody to episode 50 of the Patty Show. Everyone's probably like, who the heck is this motherfucker talk? Oh, we can't curse. Oh shit, no curse. I'm not media trained, guys. Forgive me. I'll probably have a future episode. I'm not significant, but I'm Patty's younger brother, Arnold or Arnie, which is my alter ego. But in this episode, we're gonna flip the script. As y'all can tell, now this guy's the one who's gonna interview.
Oh my god!
And I'm the one doing the interviewing. And he sent me some notes to do, like we're breaking the fourth wall. To my left, it's the Indonesian sensation, the vegetarian Vegemite, the passion, pleasure, positivity host himself, Patty Setiatti. Everyone, give it up for Patty. Woo!
Thank you to the audience. Thank you.
Guests over here for the lucky viewers who are on.
Of course, we got the passionate penguin.
What
else we got? Who else we got?
We also got the
pleasure plushie.
Who
else we got? We got another guest.
We got the
positive Plebo. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for having me on the Patty Show.
The show that I worked so hard endlessly to have 49 episodes personally for me.
Yes, and he finally showed up, y'all. If you guys didn't know, he was on some random episodes in the background, sneaking in.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that he's here to, celebrate this 50th episode. It's a big accomplishment. Thank you. I'm Patty,
which is crazy. Before we get into like the talking points and all that stuff, which I'm not sure if you're familiar in this show, we do talking points.
yes.
We're going to talk about the intersection of passion, pleasure, positivity.
Yeah, I understand.
Talk us through, because the thing is, like, real talk, like I'm like Patty's AP, like little assistant producer,
like AP US history.
AP US history. Yo, I also that was actually a good AP class, to be honest.
AP. What else? What other classes?
AP US history, AP chemistry, AP physics 1, 2.
We'll talk about that on your episode coming soon.
Exactly.
Coming soon. Yes, but yes, AP.
Yes. So
that?
I'm kind of just like, I barely do anything, to be honest. I'm just like moral support. But I've followed the inception of this show. When Patty was like, yo, man, should I make a podcast? Should I do this? And I was like, dude, just do it. And he definitely did most of the work. I did like a little 0.1%. But just like, I think it'll be interesting for the audience members to find out, like, what was that process like of getting started? What inspired you to start the show? Because I know you have some solo episodes, but most of the episodes are other people, like you interviewing other people rather than people interviewing him. So I'm here to make sure that the big man himself also gets a platform, the Patty platform, to talk about what was the inspiration, what started, and I'm gonna sip not sponsored yet,
hot water.
But yeah, anything on the origins of this show, because 50 episodes is a lot, man. It's a lot.
So. Arigato again. Arigato, studio audience. All our little stuffed animals that are not sponsored by us. Enjoy the hot water. Let me get a little cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Hot water.
Green is my favorite color, by the way.
Yes,
so
it's a little teaser.
Yeah.
Speaking of the hop water, it's delicious. If you guys don't know, it has a lot of nootropics in there for the brain, a little L-theanine for focus, ashwagandha for focus on the heads. If you know, you know.
Yep.
And hops is basically like from beer, but there's no alcohol.
Yep.
And this guy doesn't like alcohol.
Exactly.
But yes, your amazing question. Thanks for that thought-out question. First of all, thank you again. I know this is supposed to be about me, but flowers to you. I'll give more flowers on your episode. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for being here, taking the time after our busy day. It's a Friday, guys. But yeah, the Patty Show. How did it begin? How did it become not just a concept? Now it's 50 episodes in, and we got a lot coming for the next 50, next 100, all that stuff.
Yeah.
how it began. Wow. Where do we begin? Do we start from diaper time, or do we start from LA beginnings, or where should we
I feel
start?
like, honestly, dude, start from diaper times and lead into like the LA beginnings part.
Okay.
You know, because we'll probably revisit some of the more context about your life. But I think it's useful because like you can't just like, I feel like there's a lot of context before LA that might be helpful, and like your interest in like podcasting, hosting, which I think you would be able to share.
Definitely, yes. So guys, my name is Patrick Vincent Satyadi.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's what I was born with. Social security numbers.
Exactly.
Okay. So I was born in Norwalk, Connecticut. The amazing place, super diverse.
Yeah.
Very diverse.
We can say diverse.
Not that diverse. Norwalk, Connecticut. Oldest of 6 kids. Born to a Chinese, Indonesian American, family. 2 immigrants. They fell in love.
Yep.
And I'm here.
Yep.
And then he's here, and all our other siblings.
Yep.
So I was born in Connecticut, the amazing town of Norwalk, like I mentioned. But we moved a lot when we were growing up. I remember being, pretty much the only Asian kid in elementary school, kindergarten, and it was kind of like an eye-awakening moment where I realized that even though we were all the same age, there was something different about me, and I definitely noticed that. I guess bullying, it happens to most of us. I'd say I've noticed that when I was very young, kindergarten, first grade. I remember specifically I think he was like, you were barely 2 or something like that. I can't remember what age.
We have like a 2-year gap.
Yeah, we have a 2-year gap. So maybe I've told him this story a couple of times, but I just remember distinctively in kindergarten, there was a girl that I had a crush on. Shout out to my shawties out there. Yeah, Norwalk, cute little white girl.
It started early.
We'll get to that part eventually, but it started early. So I was, trying to, I guess, approach her. I had no game back then. I was just trying to, I don't know how kindergartners do it now. Maybe they have they use ChatGPT now to ask how do I dress up a girl?
Yeah, exactly.
Back then we didn't have that. We just kind of had to, say I like you, or like be more upfront, or do whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember approaching the girl, trying to be friendly, and then specifically I remember this core memory. The girl just looks at me and is like, "Ew," literally just ew, pushes me away, and then just points at her eyes like this.
Oh,
that's what I remember.
Damn, I feel bad for laughing at
that.
Yeah. Don't clip that one.
Okay, yeah. But I remember her doing that, and then obviously the people around her were like, "Oh," laughing, and I didn't know how to react to it. Obviously, at first, I didn't have my homie. I think his name was James. He would always just be the homie, I haven't seen him since maybe 2nd grade or something like that.
James.
But I remember one of those first instances in my life where I was like, damn, I'm not like these other people.
Yeah.
And it made me feel like an outsider a lot of my life. And when we moved from Norwalk to more, how would you describe it? More affluent neighborhood, more vanilla, so to speak.
Yeah.
Kind of people, to a demographic shout out to Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Bridgeport.
Bridgeport. A place I would like to call my hometown, honestly. I love Bridgeport, but Bridgeport didn't love me at first, guys. It's another instance of where I realized that we were born different. Just like everyone's born different in their own way, but I really noticed it. I remember specifically, I believe it was 5th or 4th grade. I don't remember. It was when I went to Blackham School, one of the schools in Bridgeport. But I remember these kids just, saying the little ching chong makahaya, all that stuff. And I never really loved being Asian, especially in that point. I already had the trauma when I was super young. I kind of brushed it off a little bit. But then going to a school over there where I thought, since there was more diverse, there was more African Americans, Hispanics, I would be more accepted. Come to realize that wasn't the case, really. If anything, I was probably bullied more. And they're more physical because of WWE.
Exactly.
So, it was. And then also I was super overweight during that time, 5th grade and stuff. So I remember them calling me that, Magahaya, all that stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not Chinese, even though I am, genetically. I also didn't really speak Indonesian either, so it didn't help my case at all. But I remember feeling that bullying, feeling like an outsider. But, there's positivity when it comes to that, guys, because, when that happened to me, as a kid, I realized this is at the time, but sometimes you gotta step up and stand up to yourself. I don't recommend everyone fight everybody.
Yeah.
But for context, we love the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. John Cena.
WWE.
He's on his, that's one of my heroes.
John Cena's going to be a future guest.
Yeah,
calling it right here.
Yes.
Right
John
here,
Cena.
right now, yeah.
Going to be a future guest. A great inspiration, Hustle, loyalty, respect. See? Three words, just like passion, pleasure, positivity. Yeah. But, yeah, so if you haven't watched WWE, it's just people throwing each other, fighting around, acrobatics, all that stuff, like wrestling, hugging.
Yeah.
Not hugging, but like hugging and slamming.
Hugging in a professional
sense.
Contained
contained,
exactly.
yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there was this one Hispanic kid. I forget his name, honestly. Homie was just always saying something crazy, out of pocket, all the
like
Asian
bullying
jokes.
type.
Yeah, all everything.
Yeah, we don't support bullying on the Patty Show.
We don't support bullying, okay? Yeah. But he was saying everything, like, hey, for rights, like, all the, I kind of like forgot some of it, but he was wild. Like, he would be saying it, like a fifth grader.
Like, he would make up some stuff. You'd be like, I never heard that one before.
Like, okay, this is wild, bro.
Yeah, what the heck?
He said, like, the N word for the Chinese people. I was
like, now you're mixing up the slurs.
I'm like, all right. He said with a hard R.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say it right now because I can't get canceled 50 episodes in.
Yeah.
But so he's saying all this crazy stuff out of pocket, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm tired of it, man. So I just, I guess I kind of snap in a moment. I grab him in like a German suplex. So let's show.
This could be a demo for the video viewers.
I grab him from behind. Yes, right here.
And he's like, And
I squeeze. He doesn't make that noise.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
This is like in 2009, bro. They don't make it again. So I'm like squeezing him. And he can't move, right? And I kid you not, I pick him up. And I almost like, I don't think he had a concussion because he was okay, but I pick him up and just like slam him on the floor. Everybody sees that and they don't mess around with me anymore after that.
How old were you?
I was like fifth grade, I think. So how old is that? Like 10 maybe?
Yeah.
10 years old. And then that's when I got like the street cred for all my homies. And that's when I could say the word.
Exactly, the word. We don't know
the
what
word.
it is.
You know the word.
You know what the word is.
But yeah, so I'm not saying violence is, a good thing, but at that moment I realized, damn, sometimes you got to stand up to those bullies, and I stood up and I really slammed him, and after a while, like he kind of like had a mutual respect. We were kind of chill with it, and then everyone that saw it was like,
so you bullied him to becoming your friend, basically.
Essentially,
you not bullied him. He bullied you, but you beat the living daylights out of him.
Yes.
To earn the respect to become your friend.
Of course, the street cred. Yeah, and we also used to play fight a lot of the time. All the siblings, oldest of 6. There's a lot of us, and especially since growing up, our age gap was so close. Our brother Julian, for example, hasn't been on the podcast yet. He'll be there soon. And then Dylan also. You guys remember he was on episode 8
with our cousins.
Michelle with our cousins, the fam. Great episode. Our age gap is so close that I remember also, this is kind of like backtracking a little bit, but I remember also growing up, just for more context, never thinking I was the older sibling, the oldest, because of how close we were in age. And then we had our oldest cousin, Michelle, was on the podcast too. So I always felt like my identity was always wishy-washy. Like I said, I was bullied. I was like an outsider. But then in the family, I was like, what's my responsibility here? What do I do? Like all of that stuff. Until I think 5th grade, which was the bullying stuff, but also I think one of the big pivotal moment in my life was when our sister, Heidi, she was a little bit on the episode of that fam episode. She was on the background laughing like a little goofball. Yeah. But when she was born, I remember exactly. First day of school, August 27th at the afternoon, they call us like, oh, your mom's in like labor and all that stuff. It was like the longest process. It was crazy. We didn't know if our mom's gonna make it because she was just like struggling. You remember that day? It was like
she's had many kids before.
Yeah, many kids
before Haiti.
So and then Haiti, if you guys ever see the picture, she was a fat baby.
Yeah, she was chunky.
She was chunky. And then the birth ended up becoming like natural. So thank God everything was good. We did the prayers, but I think that moment was really pivotal for me personally when I realized, okay, I need to take more responsibility in my life as a person, as the oldest brother. Because physically, we literally took responsibility of a human being. Like, that's why I always say, like, she's like my daughter, and it's crazy. Like, she's gonna be a senior in high school. It's like the time flies so fast. And man, I just remember a lot of the moments where our parents would be working like opposing shifts. mommy would work like, what is it, nighttime to morning at like this factory, and then Daddy would work, what is it called, what is it, morning?
Pretty much like mornings or early afternoons.
Yeah, mornings or early afternoons at the restaurant stuff. So there was like some time when, you know, our mom would fall asleep to get some rest. Our dad would fall asleep and say, "Oh, take care of Haiti while we're playing Nintendo DS and giving her milk and all that stuff, all the big responsibilities." You know, as a 10-year-old, you don't realize how big that is because there's a lot of people in life that never really go through that until like maybe later if they have kids or even if they don't have kids. So that moment was really pivotal for me to realize like I'm here on this earth not alone. I'm here for a greater purpose for like the family, and I accepted more of my responsibility that kind of moment because I remember specifically another really pivotal moment too. I have so many pivotal moments, but I remember before Haiti was born. I think this was a year when Dylan was just went to Manado. He was kind of raised over there because we had some.
Dylan's one of our other younger brothers. Who you mentioned before,
on the
just in case,
episode 8. You guys gotta watch it. But I remember this moment. I don't know if you remember this moment, but we go to Toys R Us towards New York, and this story reminds me of like, I don't know why I had that blurring line of I don't know if I'm the oldest or all that stuff. So when we would go to Toys R Us, I remember we're trying to get some like toys and stuff. You know, my brother Arnold over here loves Legos.
We got like the WW action
all that stuff. Bionicles. If you guys don't know, move along. All American Rejects. Move along. There we go. It's the singing segment of the Patty Show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember us going to Toys R Us that day. You know, simple times. And Julian, you know, he was our dad's favorite, so he always had a toy.
Yeah.
Always got a toy, no matter what. No matter what. He was also the youngest at the time, next to Dylan, obviously, but he wasn't there. So he got his toy. And then, obviously, we didn't have enough money for all of us to get a toy. And then I remember specifically picking out a Bionicle toy, right? And Arnold didn't end up getting a toy that day because I ended up being more selfish to get that toy. And he just, in Indonesian, we call it mangala. Yeah. But I conceded in that moment. And I guess now reflecting upon it, I realized, like, you know, as humans, we make mistakes. We learn from things. But it was just a moment that I just randomly remembered since I've been so reflective recently. And it made me grow even more. And I realized that, especially when Haiti came into the picture, I realized how important it is to remember that we're not on this earth alone. And it kind of leads a little bit to why the show has become a show, kind of. I just want to inspire people to, you know, become good and do their good things with their life, because there's a lot of bullies out there, a lot of BS, a lot of craziness. Sometimes you have to German suplex them. But, you know, I don't recommend doing that because there might be a lawsuit. I don't want to get a lawsuit. I don't have enough money.
We're not legally, we're not condoning. It's for entertainment purposes only.
Yes. That's what WWE used to say all the time. Yeah.
Entertainment purposes only.
Absolutely, all the time. But so our lives are kind of all over the place. But the year that Haiti was born, it was a really big pivot. Like I mentioned, we were taking more responsibility of her, like, you know, taking care of her, giving her milk, food, all that stuff. And then, you know, we when I finally got used to the whole American system, having a lot of friends after, you know, the street cred stuff, people saying I'm the what's up my, you know, a lot of them, and being like accepted in the community. You know, we had to move to Indonesia for a lot of, that's a really long story, but we had to move to Indonesia for like family reasons, all of us, all the siblings and everything. And that was a big change for us. I remember I really didn't want to go. I'm sure you would agree. None of us wanted to go. I know, speaking from my experience, I definitely didn't want to go because of just like thinking that, oh man, I thought I had things figured out already. I was, you know, playing violin. I made a lot of friends. I was like, oh man, I'm actually accepted. I don't feel like an outsider anymore. And I'm like, oh, well, we got to move. And yeah, it was a journey in itself. I remember going to Japan for a little bit. Those pictures are kind of funny. Chubby boy. And then this guy was like a little baby.
Little boy wearing like green colored
green everything.
With the one strap backpack.
Yeah, it was a simple life, man. It was a simple life. And then we go to Indonesia, and another culture shock again, man. Even though we did look like everybody, you know, being Chinese Indonesians, probably super common in like Tangerang and Jakarta, that that region in Indonesia, our language skills were so bad. Like we understood the basic stuff, but our parents tried to teach us, but it was so hard because they were always busy. And then, like, if you're in LA, for example, there's so many like Mexican people, Hondurans, a lot of people that speak Spanish all around. In Connecticut, like the only Indonesians were like our cousins.
Yeah.
Or like cousins of cousins or people at church. And we even went to church in New York. That's to find our Indonesian people. Like,
we went to churches where they just spoke Spanish as well.
Exactly. That's what, black churches and everything like that. So it was great for like the multicultural stuff, but our Indonesian language was just never to par. And man, I come into 7th grade and I'm screwed. Like, damn, 7th grade is already hard because everyone's like, oh, I'm the bule, all that stuff, and Bule is just like foreigner in Indonesian, but we literally look like everybody, but we can't speak like them. We don't have the accent. You can tell like how we speak. It's not on the same level. And oh my God, Indonesian school is so hard. Like they teach you, chemistry, biology, physics,
Mandarin Chinese, English,
Indonesian, all the different. And then you have to take extracurriculars. You have to be a Boy Scout? Either Boy Scout or what's the other one? The one with the white.
I know what you mean though.
I forget what it's called, but either one of those, and you have to do different clubs. I did like a computer class. I did like
robotics club.
Robotics club.
Different sports.
Floorball. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like hockey, but then you use like a wiffle ball, and then it's on the floor. Volleyball is one, and then I did breakdancing a little bit. A little breakdancing time.
B-Boy Phantom.
That was a fun time.
Maybe if we hit a certain amount of subscribers and followers, we'll have a live stream of B-Boy Phantom performing.
Yeah, B-Boy Phantom, we're gonna break his arm. Bro, that was a funny era in my life. I can't even lie. But yeah, 7th grade was definitely challenging, like academically, and then like fitting in with people. But shout out to all the, like I said, there's always that James in your life, or the people that accept you. Like I got my boy David Owen hooked me up. My boy Nico too. All the other homies, there's a lot of y'all that accepted me, even though my accent was terrible. They taught me so much Indonesian. I taught them the English slang, of course, not the good words, of course.
Exactly. But they also other bad words.
Yeah, they also taught us the bad words too. If you know what bottled ketchup is, I can't say it online, but it's like it was that moment like where I felt like I grew even more again too. But it was like my life. I feel like it's always like that, where it's like. I feel like I'm comfortable, and then I'm put in a place where I'm a complete outsider again. I feel like what is it called? Imposter syndrome is there. I'm like, damn, what am I doing here? Like, what? Like, I don't belong. Like, I emotionally, I don't feel connected because like our dad was in America the whole time, and then not seeing him. And then I remember like some more bullying. Like in Indonesia, I swear, I don't know why, but Indonesians love talking about other people's dads, not their moms, but their dads. Yeah. Not like the, like the yo mama jokes, That was an era that was kind of funny. Yo mama, so fat, all that stuff. But Indonesian always like, like your dad's talking like crazy stuff about your dad, and obviously for me, like it triggered because my dad wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So
you even met him. And
you know what I'm saying? Like and then like the little stuff like that, like it was like it really like hit me a lot, especially because like Pops wasn't there, and then being like the oldest man, like being kind of like the man of the house, 7th grader it's not for everybody, man. Yeah. It was tough too. Luckily, we had obviously like other support, like from our grandpa, rest in peace, Kung Kung, we love you, man.
Rest in peace.
And of course, like Opa Ari, he's still alive, our boy, and all the other like parental Indo figures out there. We got shout out, but it was definitely a tough time in Indonesia. I'm sure you would agree. From my experience, especially like puberty also happening. Not knowing how to interact with that. My Riz was not up to par it is now, all that stuff. But in hindsight, I'm definitely grateful for the experiences. It made me more grateful for every little thing because, like the fact that we can have water like this, tap water we can drink. I remember it was culture shock for me with the mosquitoes everywhere. It's super hot. Remember the water, you have to use a little straw to drink. You can't get any of the tap water, man.
Yeah.
Woo! It was crazy because even like people that are more like even on the richer side, so to speak, like middle class, upper class, they still have stuff that you would be like, whoa, in the US we don't do this stuff. We just drink straight from the tap. We just go for a walk. It's like the little things that we don't think about. That's when even though like life can be crappy, there's always some form of privilege that I've been grateful to God to have, like I got these limbs right here, feet. I'm not gonna show the toes. You nasty out there. I know who's watching.
They got excited a little bit.
I know. I was ready to go. Like
all the listeners were about to switch to the video.
I know they were going to the video section.
Mark 25 minutes, 27 seconds. Patty's
But I'm doing that. Like made me realize my privileges too. Being a man, of course. Like I can go. Like I remember going with my boy David Owen. We used to go on his motorcycle after like Bible study. Man, this is actually taking me
Bible
back.
study.
Yeah, Bible. Okay.
Was that
it was a real Bible study.
Okay,
real Bible study. Okay.
Real Bible study.
But like coming home at like 9 or 10 p.m. at night with the motorcycle, bro. Like we didn't have helmets on. I recommend you guys use helmets, but like we weren't scared, But like if a girl does it in Indonesia or anywhere, bro, like it's not the same. Like unfortunately, there's like people that get raped and all that other stuff. So I was just grateful, man. That whole experience is like something I want to maybe like write out or do a whole video or something about, because Indonesia for those 2 years was a really transformative time for me. And I got to lean more into my artistic side too, because we did, like I mentioned, you take so many extracurriculars and classes in Indonesia. So I took this music class, was forced actually. So I played a little angklung over there.
Angklung.
Yeah, and then we always had like Indonesian events, pep rallies and stuff. And one of them, I was playing a foreigner with a cowboy hat.
I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember,
bro.
Hilarious.
I literally have some like English lines. Like I forget what it was about. I'm wearing a cowboy hat, guys. The most stereotypical like American thing. Chubby Asian kid, and they told me to say some lines. That was like one of my first exposure to like theater. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what the heck? You remember that one? Yeah, it was kind of.
I remember those photos.
It's kind of bad. But after a while, I started coming out of my shell, getting more open with people, getting more smooth with the language. I'd say I got more fluent, definitely. And then, had to move back to the States because it was going to the high school era, going into 9th grade. And I remember that day it was me and you. We both flew back. It was a sad day leaving our mom. And, of course, the little siblings and everybody that we were getting used to and everything. Definitely an emotional time. Yeah, airports were always like something where I used to hate, man. Like it was like, man, every time I was in an airport, I'm like, someone's leaving, and it's like always gets the emotions all the time. So I remember going to the airport that day. It was like we didn't want to leave our mom that time, and it just takes me back to the simple times. But it helped me grow a lot, and I've grown a lot because I've been to a lot of airports now. Funny enough, I love to travel. But yeah, so when we went back, it was during like the hurricane season. So we actually ended up going back later. We were supposed to go back to the States around like September, but we went there like November or something like that. And at that era, right before that, actually, me and my brother, we only had one cable to connect to the laptop. So I was actually a night owl, surprisingly enough. I would be up from like 10 to like 10 in the morning, and he would be like up the whole day. We would alternate playing games on the computer, downloading like Maroon 5 songs, The Walking Dead. Shout out Maroon 5. P, look at that payphone. Big Time Rush. You're watching all the time. I was listening to All Over Again. They're on tour actually. It's like All Over Again, something like that. Sorry. But that was like a core memory. I remember it was. It takes me back because like with all the struggle we complain with paying taxes, all that stuff. I remember us like not even complaining when it was hot, like just playing on that little computer with the little wire. You had to wiggle it a little bit if it didn't work. And it was just like it was a good time. I kind of wish I could go back to those like simple days where we didn't really worry about much and just played. I played Marvel Adventures Alliance. Mouse Hunt. I remember on Facebook. And it was crazy. It was crazy. Shout out to the good time over there. Funny enough, now I work at Facebook, so that's
full circle.
That's weird. So weird. So then we moved to the States, and I meet a lot of people. I started getting more out of my shell. I do more activities with my cousin. Shout out Michelle. We did fencing. That was a fun time. You know, I was in fencing, bro. That was crazy because I remember knowing also like fencing was another one where I realized the whole like financial discrepancy between like Bridgeport and the other schools we went to like Guilford, Connecticut for our state tournament. I remember we pull up in like gardening gloves, and then these homies pull
it's
up.
The Bridgeport special.
Yeah, literally like
yeah.
the garden gloves with holes in it, and we're facing kids that have been training since like 2 years old. They have like the full gear,
all the resources,
like everything. So they're in the fighting style I did was foil.
Oh shoot!
Foil and fencing. I think there's 3 styles if I'm not mistaken: foil, épée, and saber.
Yeah.
So foil, the main thing is you wear like a gray vest. It's like metal, and you can only get points if you hit that area on the torso. Okay, so if you don't hit the torso, even if you hit like the arm, the face,
or like below the waist or
below the waist,
no points.
No points. Okay, you have to hit the torso. You have to hit a little. And then it makes a sound effect, and
that's the sound effect. Like that.
It actually does make a sound effect. It's kind of like a boop, like a what is it, a point system? If you guys seen the Olympics, but there's like a little thing, trigger button, and so there's that one where you can only hit the torso. Épée, which is you can hit any body part except for the face, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But you can hit toe, like toe stabs. You can on the shoulder, the arm, all that stuff. And the final one is saber. We didn't have enough budget for that, but saber is basically like the legit one. So it's like heavy, and you can slash. You can slash, and you can hit anything. So it's kind of fire.
So you can just go full on.
Yeah, you can go crazy. But the thing is, you don't realize how heavy that is. And like, you know, if you slash people, you know, in the games and the anime we watch, bro, you think like, oh yeah, I can do like Ichigo. Nah, if you do one swing, you're
there's
2
a
seconds.
recoil, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or like imagine one swing like this, it takes like almost 2 seconds to swing it back. Now imagine you hit it with full power. How are you at 3 seconds opening? All that guy has to do is poke you.
So you can't be reckless with it.
Yeah, you can't be reckless with the fencing. Yeah. So that one I only did, I think, freshman year and like sophomore year a little bit. But it was a fun time, man. It was great. I love that experience. I want to get back into it once I get that money.
Hey, he's promising a lot here for the next live stream.
I know.
B-Boy Phantom, a little fat. We should start a show where he just explores everything he's done, and he does it again, but only with professionals.
Oh, that's a good
So he has to do a B-Boy competition.
I like that. That was good.
Breakdancing competition with professionals, champions, fencing competition with the professional.
Oh, God.
And he has to beat them.
Oh,
and if he doesn't beat them, he gives $50,000 to any charity of my choice.
50,000,
and the charity, and it has to go to my bank account first before I decide which charity.
What kind of Ponzi scheme is this? This guy's crazy out here.
Yeah, the Patty Ponzi scheme.
All right, listen here, Guilford, Connecticut. He's trying to steal all the money over here. But yeah, no, that experience freshman year, I remember, opened my eyes a lot because what we also did a lot. I don't know if you remember seeing this, but we had these like booster things, right? I think that's what it's called, but we would give it out to friends and family, and basically ask for donations for the fencing club, fencing club in Bridgeport. So we would give it to like, you know, our uncle, people that worked at the restaurant.
Oh yeah,
you know exactly it looks like not like a big flashcard.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big flash. I remember that.
Yeah. It's basically like you give them that, and then they promise a donation or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I remember freshman year I used to do that, and it was a really fun time. I'm glad I did it with my cousin, and it was late. Like we would do like I think 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that.
Yep.
So it was a funny experience. I know you were like in middle school still, right? Yeah, doing your lovey-dovey stuff. Lovey-dovey stuff. We'll get to that eventually, you know. But yeah, fencing was a really a highlight in my freshman year. I remember, you know, getting my riz up again, smooth talking.
Yeah, it's been a journey, man. A lot of up and down.
I told you, man, a lot of up and downs, man. Moving around, always, like I said, I think I've come to realize, and then you guys will see more again, I feel like I'm just the nomad, you know, the outsider or something like that from my journey. Because then also even coming, I remember the first time moving back into the States, one of my homies, Steve, Mexican brother, my boy, I think he's getting married actually. I don't know.
Oh, congrats, Steve.
The homie right there. But I remember the first time we met at gym class, he's like, oh, hey man, he was like doing like a, you know, like this, you know, like, okay, this sounds, I myself. But you know when you meet someone that looks like they're foreign. Like, you know, you want to slow down your English.
Yeah.
Like I speak fast as hell because the Indonesian combo and the Northeast.
Yeah.
So you know when you're like, hey, nice to meet you. You know?
Exactly. Not that. Not like that. Accent.
Don't do the Asian accent now.
That was on me.
But you guys know what I'm talking about. You're like, whoever it is, you're like, hey, hello.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, I get that.
So homie does that to me, and he's like, what's your name? He's like, oh, what's up, man? My name is Patrick. And he's like,
He's like, oh hell.
He's like, I thought you moved from Indonesia. Yeah, but I was here originally.
Yeah, I'm good though. He's
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
It was the funniest thing. His eyes were like,
yeah.
What?
He started rethinking life
it's like
decisions.
in Karate Kid, when the guy's like, Ni hao, wo jiao, Jaden, or whatever his character was.
And then he's like, dude, I'm from
Detroit.
I'm from Detroit, so
I'm from Detroit.
You should have hit him with that, to be honest. Yo, bro, I'm from Detroit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was funny. So it's always like hard to predict where I'm from, I guess, you know? Yeah. But it helps with the commercial stuff, which we'll get to eventually. So yeah, freshman year was a fun time. I was learning a lot. We did a lot of church stuff, of course. But also getting used to the whole American lifestyle as a high schooler. Shout out to all the great teachers out there. Theater, came into my life again.
Theater.
Randomly, because I was actually coming into high school Central. They call it regular Central, but basically there's two programs in Central High School, right? Central High School, the basic program, and then the magnet program or accelerated. Everything's faster. It's easier to take advanced placement classes, all that kind of stuff, right? Not one is better than the other, let's say, because I remember my freshman year, there were like fights all the time. It's crazy. It was just wild. I remember one time we had a lockdown because some homie was just fighting on the outside, and it was just wild. Shout out to Miss Preston. She made sure we were safe all the time. Freshman year was also another. There's so many pivotal moments because that was the same year I remember exactly. It was Sandy Hook that happened. Rest in peace, all the kids, teachers, all that craziness. I'm like, damn, I just moved back to the States, and everyone always glamorizes the U.S. Especially when we were in Indonesia. You're like, wow, you're lucky to be the States.
Rich boy,
all that stuff. They didn't know we was broke as hell. Dad working the restaurant job 7 days a week.
Lower socioeconomic area.
Exactly. But
the States.
I mentioned privilege before, but also like it was crazy to witness that. I think it was exactly 7th period. I had my math class with Miss Preston. We had like a lockdown or something. And the news was just playing about the whole Sandy Hook stuff because everyone was getting. It was live, like they put up on the news. It was scary, man.
Yeah.
They didn't let us leave because they were just like concerned because it was like obviously Sandy Hook wasn't super close to Bridgeport, maybe like a 30-minute drive or something like that. But it was just like everything stood still, and it was wild hearing the news come out like, oh, this teacher didn't survive and all that craziness. And prayers going out to the family. It was crazy time, and because of that, we had more drills of like what's it called, blue lockdown, or I forget the names of it, but we had so many different drills and lockdowns for just in case anything like that would ever happen again. And it really made me grateful I wasn't there in that moment, and just try to be more aware of it. And even though like it does suck when we're doing like a fire drill, for example, or like a lockdown or something like that. You really never know what's going to happen because we've had bomb threats, for example, I remember, and we had to do like evacuations. And I remember in class, like, yo, when are we leaving? Like, I'm just trying to chill, all that stuff. But then you realize you really never know if someone pulls up, in a bomb or, I think about the whole perspective of like 9/11 too, like all those big instances. Like, I'm so grateful, like, we didn't have to deal with that personally. So, like I said, prayers to everyone over there. But it's like you really never know, man. Timing is such a wild thing, and made those moments made me more grateful for my life, even though like there's always ups and downs, like we mentioned from my storytelling, so to speak. But yeah, it was a crazy time freshman year. It helped me grow a lot, and I was in regular Central for the whole year. But also, backtracking to how we were like so advanced in Indonesia, learning all that stuff. Everything I learned in 7th and 8th grade, oh my God, we already learned in. It was basically a repeat in 9th grade. So I was just like zooming through. I got like A's and everything freshman year. And I'm not the most studious. Like you can ask anybody. I'm like the last person in the Satyadi Supergar family. I'm not the educated
He's being
one.
humble though. He is
Thank you, man. But like literally, like school is not my thing. So sophomore year, I remember I go into regular Central. I meet a lot of my good friends. Chan, he's in my class. My brother, I love you, bro.
Shout out to you, Chan.
We're gonna get you soon on the show. And then one of my teachers, Miss Kaplan, miss you, girl, appreciate you. Miss Kaplan. And then also all the other ones, all the other teachers out there. Shout out all of them, man. There's a lot of them.
We don't want to list all of them and you miss one.
I know. Exactly.
We gotta,
you know what I'm saying?
Equal treatment.
Equal treatment. But I remember the first couple of weeks, they were like, why is this guy in our class? Like they checked my report cards from last year, and then in the beginning of the years, I was just like hundreds on everything, but it was like autopilot, right? And they're like, you should go to the magnet program. I'm like, oh, you're right. How do I do that?
Yeah.
And then, oh, don't worry, we'll put in a good word, figure it out, blah, blah, blah. And I get moved to the magnet program. So there was a fun time. Obviously, it got a little harder.
Yeah.
Met a lot of my good friends. Joel was there, the homies, my boy Rudy. He has a kid now.
Dude, Rudy.
Brazilian boy. You know,
soccer player.
Yes. Soccer player, good times. Oh, man, we have a lot of good memories. My life is crazy, man. But, yeah, man, it was a good transition because, like, obviously stuff was more challenging, so I really had to put in the work. But I met so many different people, and I took a theater class, which...
Like an actual class, not an extracurricular.
Yeah, theater class.
Okay.
Originally, freshman year, I took a theater class because you had to take a lot of electives, you know, with my boy, Mr. Stover. He left Central for, you know, bigger and better things, but he recommended me to take another advanced theater class or something freshman year, and I was like, okay, I'll think about it, all that stuff, you know. I wasn't really comfortable with, like, being on stage that much. I did some worship leading stuff a little bit, but that was kind of like a necessity because our church was very small. We just needed...
It was just us and family,
yes,
basically.
us and family.
Yeah.
So they just needed anybody to be like a worship leader, sing songs, you know, lead the crowd, all that stuff. So I have some experience with that. Sophomore year comes around, and I meet the homie. This one we got to shout out. Sean Mitchell, man. The homie. The homie.
Mr. Sean Mitchell, Mitch.
Yes, the homie.
The goat.
Man, that man, oh my God. Like a father to us. This man, he's just...
God. He's the...
What can I say? We love you, man. We
feel
appreciate
like
you.
when the Patty Show expands to a studio and you have an office, there should be a conference room named like the Mitch Room, or Sean Mitchell Room, or something like there should be at least like a room or a statue or like a toilet or a
bobblehead
or a bidet,
bidet
in honor of
shout
Mitch.
out to bidet.
But
this man, oh man, I remember. So moving to Magnet, right? Obviously, that's when I realized I wasn't for school because, bruh, all the math stuff started getting way harder. There was more stuff to do, and I'm like, oh man, this is stressing. And then I'm like, all right, I'm not with it. I still have to take Chinese, all that stuff, and I'm not good with the language. But theater class always gave me a fun time because this man, Sean Mitchell, bro, he made it so much fun for the kids that are, we'll say I don't want to say the ghetto kids, but the kids that don't want to pay attention.
There were some troublemakers.
Yeah. They, you know, always wanted to leave class early, all that stuff. He made them stay because they wanted to stay. They loved his energy, and for someone that, like, I'm not a big troublemaker. Maybe now I am. Yeah. But I was always kind of engaged because we would do like improv drills, like having fun times, like with what is it called? Whose line is it anyway?
Oh,
he would explain how theater works in a like practical way. Like it wasn't boring. It wasn't like the traditional, oh, hear ye, all that stuff.
Yeah, he made it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. He made it interesting.
And just for context too, Mitch is like a white dude.
Yes, white
guy.
Gay guy, proud.
White, proud guy, shorter fellow.
He's like 5'2", maybe. Exactly. Very tiny.
We love him so much.
But big heart.
That's and most of the students are from like more diverse socioeconomic and multicultural backgrounds. So a bunch of black and brown kids of lower income backgrounds purposely being like, yo, I love this.
I love this white gay guy. Like, think about it. Like, you know, like that's
real during that time.
Oh,
like over
2013, 2012. Like, that's wow. That was big. You know, like the fact that they would listen to him. Because like, if you guys growing up, like we'll talk about the Bridgeport time or even like the Indonesia too.
Area,
like the white part is one thing that's a big contrast, but even like the gay part too. You know, like growing up, everyone was like, "Yo, stop with that gay stuff," right?
And they use it offensively.
You know, Indonesia still is like that to the misogyny and everything. So having someone as a leader in the classroom, like this man taught me so much about like commanding a presence while still being a good human being. He was one of the probably the nicest guys I've ever met. Because kind of fast forwarding to our theater stuff, but he really put me on to acting. He gave me this opportunity for this Christmas special thing where I forgot I had to recite a couple lines. We were hiding behind a chimney, right? Someone rolls out the chimney. Everyone's like, I think 10 of us are rolling underneath so no one can see, right? Imagine it's like a big chimney, right? Underneath, no one sees us. And then we all say lines. We pop up on the thing. Everyone's like, yo, what the hell? You know, in Bridgeport, they're like, hey, yo, what the hell?
You're like, what is this?
What kind of black magic that type of shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, with that accent, literally. They're like, what the heck? But when we did like 3 shows for like this assembly, but he just, I guess he picked me because also like slim pickings. I can't lie to you, because everyone in the class was more, you know, more rebellious, and I was just more like, I just want to get good grades. I was always kind of like obedient when it came to that stuff. Didn't like to talk over. And give me that opportunity. Got pretty close, and then I remember the end of sophomore year, near the end, my first ever play. You know, they had auditions for Almost Maine.
Almost Maine.
If y'all know, y'all kind of cast, big cat, like 25, 30 people. So how it is like they're in Maine, and there's like different stories, some about love, losing love, comedy stuff, everything like that. My cousin and her friend Akili were auditioning. They're like, hey, you should try it out. And I'm like, oh, sure. I've never tried it. I audition and I get the role of Jimmy. Big J. Jimmy, man. So my character in this scenario is in a bar. Yeah. Right? In Maine. I'm wearing a flannel, hats. Oh, man. This is crazy.
We actually do have pictures of that.
Yeah, I need to find them everywhere. But I'm basically like depressed. I'm sad, man.
So like, he didn't have to act much.
Yeah. No, for real. I was like 16 at the time. So depression, anxiety. I was never like that really. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like sad in the bar. I'm like, oh, man, it's not it, man. It's not cool. I'm like, oh, what the heck? And then my character randomly looks around and then sees his ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Ex-girlfriend.
It's like foreshadowing a lot of your journeys.
Oh now. Man, yeah, we're gonna talk about that eventually. Yeah. So I see my ex-girlfriend, right? And then in this scene, it's just my ex-girlfriend, Jimmy's, and then a waitress, right? So I see my ex-girlfriend, like, Villian, is that you? And then she does the, you know, like the,
yeah, I'm not gonna.
It better not be no Jimmy, you know. So she gives me the look, and I'm like, hey, you know, like the awkward, like, what's up, girl? How's life? What's new? You know, she's looking all cute and stuff. I'm looking like a bum. I'm wearing flannel. So I'm wearing a hat and everything. Yeah. She's like, yeah, you know, everything's good, blah, blah, blah. Speeding up the story, she like is getting married. And I'm like, oh, that's tough. I was trying to get back with you, you know, all that stuff. And then I forget exactly what happened between them, but basically she's like, don't worry. She's like, oh, you have a good life, all that stuff. And then, you know, there's like a twist where I show my tattoo. It shows that well, I don't think her name was, I forget her name, my girlfriend's name, but on my tattoo I wrote villain because I'm the one that messed it up for the relationship. But on my tattoo on my arm it's spelled wrong. It's spelled Villian. And then, you know, the ending of the scene, it's my girl Ismaili. She's killing out there. Actually, I need to get her on the podcast. She's in Miami doing a lot of UGC content. Congrats. Also an actress.
Oh, awesome. A lot of stuff. See? Shout out to you, girl.
Central Players. She's Central Players.
Central Players Theater Club.
So on the end of the scene, she's like, "Oh, if you ever need me, just yell out Villian," and then, you know, it ends with a little, you know, all that theatrical stuff. Yeah. But that moment, man, the addiction I had on stage, I became a crack addict. It was so addicting. I was like maybe it's the attention thing, because like, man, this is like therapy now. But like, you know, always being an outsider all the time growing up, people pushing me away. But I was like, wow, they really mess with me out here. You know, they like it, giving applause, laughing. And then one of those shows, some guy was like, hey man, I really like your comedic timing. You remind me of you know, Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, at that time I didn't really know, because he knows this. I don't really watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah. he likes making the content and being in front of the camera, rather than I mean, he does consume it.
Yeah, I tried to,
but you know, like if there was a preference,
I'm more like that. Doing it, which I think is really a great piece of advice. Yeah, but yeah, so and then he's like, "Oh, Jimmy Fallon." I'm like, "Okay, I'll look him up." And of course.
But do you remember who exactly this person was or not?
It was just a random guy, friend of a friend, someone that
contributes to the main message of the Patty Show podcast: spread kindness.
Spread kindness. You never know who's gonna, and you never know who you're gonna impact. You impacted that Asian boy with a fake tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
make
really
sure that the compliment is actually real, genuine, though. Because you don't want to tell someone who's like ass. I mean, you know, come on, be honest. If you go to
Jimmy Fallon or
Jimmy Fallon or Johnny Fallon.
Johnny Fallon. Come on now.
Johnny Fallon.
He's like, wow, you play just like
who?
What is it? My Stevie Wonder. Like, yeah, all right. Like,
that's the thing. Don't lie. Be honest. Yeah, exactly.
Come on now.
Because if he was ass, you know what I mean, and he said, you like Jimmy Fallon, he would be pursuing like this passion that would, like, you know, I mean, this is a whole other.
Yeah, no, but no, I know exactly, bro, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it'll spur you to try it and to see if you actually are good at it. So like, use compliments, but be honest about it. You know what I mean? Don't just be saying
saying something out of pocket.
Not everybody deserves.
I hope they didn't say out of pocket now. I hope you're watching this. Whoever said that.
You just might said it some random.
Yeah, I know. They're probably like a little tipsy. Because I literally, that was one of the moments where I was like, oh man, I've never thought about hosting late night television or hosting as a career or career path, right? So obviously theater was so fun, man. The camaraderie.
Oh my god.
And man, all that insider jokes, man. I have a lot that I can't say because they're wild for 14, 15-year-olds in. But man, shout out to everybody, the whole ensemble. It was great. And then, you know, that's also how I got introduced into my boy. Shout out my boy, Mr. Zimmerman. Substitute teacher. That's my boy. He also put me onto more theater stuff. His neighbor was my girl, Ellen Lieberman. We love you, girl. Director and like creator of Connecticut Free Shakespeare, nonprofit theater company, Dandelion Productions. One of my first original jobs, technically, because I got paid to be a Actors Equity Membership Candidate, EMC. Basically, you know, doing a lot of tech stuff and being an understudy, ensemble, everything. But that, I believe it was that summer where, you know, the first production I did, I did an audition. Well, I didn't do an audition, actually. Originally, I did interview to be like a tech EMC, right? And I meet Alejandro, miss you too, brother. Alejandro and Ellen. I talked to them about like my experience, how passionate I am about this. I was like, oh, I would love to just help out, like just for this internship experience. And they gave me some money, and I get to meet people. And like, oh yeah, thank you, nice to meet you, Patrick. All that stuff, whatever. And they actually like contacted me and was like, would you actually want to be like an Actors Equity Membership candidate? I'm like, oh, let's do it. Okay. Here's the script. Come to like the table read ensemble.
And you're like, you tell me I gotta memorize lines.
And I'm like, oh, okay. It's a big jump right here. It's a big jump, right? I was like, okay, all right. So I do all that stuff. I meet a lot of great people. I have to. There's so many pockets of my story where I have to just explain specifically in detail. But all the people I met there, all love to everybody over there. One guy I really want to shout out. Rest in peace, my boy Leroy. Oh man, this brother, he could sing. This guy, man, super tall guy, but he was like 6'4", super nice light skinned guy, amazing glasses, fly as can be. One of the most gentle souls out there. He sings this song, man, Midnight Train to Georgia, during our
Midnight Train to Georgia.
Yeah. Oh man, that song always gives me goosebumps, man, because he used to sing like with so much passion, literally, like so much love and joy in his life. And I didn't really know much about him. I just knew that he was a talented guy from, I think, Western Connecticut State University. A lot of people from WestCon did a lot of Connecticut Free Shakespeare productions. But he was one of those guys that was like, his motto was choose joy. And that's something I always tried to stick to throughout my life, like choosing joy in whatever aspect it is. Whenever I see someone like, you know, maybe, you know, I like to make jokes with people, a comedian, but when it crosses that line of bullying, I try to like choose joy, like stand in front of him, like, hey man, like he doesn't take it the same way, or she doesn't take, or they, or whoever it is. That thing always stuck to me, like choosing joy, because he was one of those guys like 6'4", like bro, if you're that tall, like you're already intimidating, right? But this guy had like a gentle voice. Indonesian, we call it like lembut, gitu, you know what I'm saying? You know, proud also as well. My boy over there. Shout out, rest in peace, my boy.
Wow, that's
really nice guy, man. You've never met him, bro, because he like passed away really quickly since I met him. But that motto of choosing joy, and he could sing for it. Man, he was another guy that really inspired me to, like I said, choose joy and do beautiful things in life. Arts was one of those things that I never realized, you know, growing up, especially like in the hood and everything. You think art is like soft, like, man, what you talking about, man?
Enough of that stuff,
man.
We gotta work hard to make money, pay your rent,
basketball, football, all that stuff.
Toxic masculinity.
Exactly, you know, all that crazy stuff. So he was another pivotal person in my life. Shout out to you, my man. Miss you.
Dude, that makes me sad, actually.
Yeah, he was a lot of great people in my life, man. Like I said, a lot of great people. But Connecticut Free Shakespeare, y'all, so my family, I still try to keep in contact with everyone out there. Junior year turns around. Before that, of course, I forgot to mention, of course, we go to the restaurant. Me and my brother, that's when I started working at Sakura Japanese restaurant. I told you, there's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
I told you all.
Don't worry, there'll be many more podcasts.
Yeah, many more.
We'll be able to delve even more deeply.
Because there's a lot. Our life is actually crazy. Yeah. He knows a lot of it because obviously 2 years apart, but there's some secrets now. He's learning now. He's learning. Choose joy. Choose joy. But so our first job with our boss at the time was, what was it? Picking weeds.
It was a weed
from his
picking
house.
From his, not just house. It was like a
compound of sorts.
Let's just say this,
had a pool.
Yeah.
He invited us in the pool, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, yeah, he didn't.
That's not crazy. Okay.
I mean, he did invite.
Yes.
I'll be careful with my words.
We love you, Robert. You're the boy.
We love you, Robert. We ain't canceling you.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna cancel you.
So I don't know how it came to be. I think our dad was just like, "Oh, Robert, Mr. Robert," because he always calls him Mr. Robert.
Mr. Robert.
My son's already getting old enough. They can, make some extra money, do that stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure," with his like deeper, raspier voice. Yeah, just. And then he shows us how to pick up the weeds and stuff. He's like, take your time, no rush.
Yeah.
I think he goes out to play tennis.
Yeah.
He was. I remember this. He was playing tennis with his garage. Like, wow, his house so nice, bro. Like it's like something from like Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Like, the heck.
Yeah.
Pick out the weeds. And like, oh, this is cool, man. Getting our first like getting paid to do stuff. I'm like, wow, this is amazing, and still always inspired me to keep striving for more and just keep grinding, man. Honestly, man, that was the first stepping stone, and then we ended up working at the restaurant. So I started off as a kitchen helper. Okay, and that's when those moments really gave me more appreciation for our dad, because he'd been working in that restaurant now for how long has it been now? 20?
Oh my God, over 20 years for sure. At least 25. Almost 3 decades.
Yeah,
almost 3 decades,
man. And of course, that's what the short film that my brother wrote is about, which we will get to on his episode soon. But you guys have to. Oh, I forgot! At Patty Show Podcast, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
My Instagram, guys, at Patty Setziati.
Yeah.
At Patty Setziati Fitness, if you're looking for a personal trainer, 5 a.m. fun fitness club, all that good stuff. We'll get to that eventually. Yeah. But going back to our first job, kind of the restaurant, it's like cycles, because we go back to a community similar to Norwalk, where it's like affluent neighborhood, very like white. Rarely gonna find diversity, but the kitchen, man, and everyone behind, super diverse. You got like Chinese people, Vietnamese people, Mexican people, Honduran people, El Salvadorians, Haitians. What's up, Haitians? Jamaicans too. I think there was that one Jamaican that
another one Jamaican.
Yeah, we had to
cycle through.
It was a lot. Yeah. But that restaurant, man, we're gonna talk about
that's gonna have to be a whole entire podcast.
I'm telling you, there's just so much in the life.
We might even have to bring some of the old Sakura gang people.
But we had a lot of ups and downs too, because it was stressing. I remember the first time I did it, man, I had to pick up the heaviest hot soup, super hot.
Still teenager in high school, by the way.
Teenager in high school, man. It was. I think I was like 16, 15 or something, and just working hard on the weekends, still doing like theater and everything, and I was tired, man. But after just speeding up through the story a little bit, it took me like maybe a year until I transitioned to like the server stuff what my dad did, and he also did like hibachi stuff. So it was kind of nice working with him. And I know I had a lot of great moments. I remember it was grateful to, even though it was like tiring and sweating, it was good to see me and you working together, bro, for example, and then like helping dad with his like chef stuff, seeing like everyone like proud of him, because like I remember like it's just going back to the Indonesian stuff, but us being ashamed telling people that he was like a server. I think like being in there with the trenches with him, like being so proud to see him, like everyone loved him. You're like, oh, you're definitely a homie son, like the way you talk. Like that's when my wrist started going up a little bit more, like becoming more chatty Patty. And
our dad was it was and is still super charming,
super smooth. So like
charismatic.
I think those moments when I got to see him in action, everyone's like, oh, where's homie? How come he's not chef today? We want him as a chef. Like the pride, not the P word, pride and the passion that he had, like even though he couldn't do his dream of being a pilot, and then like being limited with what he could do to provide for the family, really opened my eyes a lot. And even though like we have there's a lot of stuff to unpack, but a lot of the financial stuff we had to deal with, in the past couple of years with our dad and everything. We talk about it in the film, which you have to tune in, of course. We have a lot of
future episode.
Yeah, a lot of like financial stuff we have to deal with. I try to remember those moments, because I remember like how he doesn't choose that life, and he kind of had no choice but to work in that restaurant consistently. And even though he was given like the crap some of the time of like being like not having the best schedule, not being scheduled to become a chef, and all that stuff, getting the blunt of everything, everyone making fun of him, oh, your wife's not here, all that crap. But us being there and what is it? Doing great work, like amazing. Not even just to blow smoke or our ass. Like we were probably the best workers out there. You guys, anybody? We were fun. We brought great people out there. All our homies were working there good too. You could tell like he was proud, and everyone was like, "Wow, your kids!" Like to our dads, like, "Wow, they're doing amazing stuff." So even when they would clown him, we would like be his defense, so to speak. So I'm grateful for that experience. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, restaurant stuff is hard, man, because we'll get to that eventually. Where I still end up doing restaurant stuff, but at high school, still working at Sakura, doing all the theater stuff. There's a lot of theater stuff, but the theater stuff. When I had my first like lead role, Death Trap, woo! That was another moment where I'd say blessings, bro, because I was actually understudy for the lead as Sydney Bro. He's a writer that I don't want to spoil it too much, but
wait, you played a writer?
Yeah. See?
That's why it's called acting.
That's what I played a writer, actually, a playwright that hasn't had a hit in ages, and his assistant, an intern, has something good going on. Dun dun dun! You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's basically like a thriller, drama stuff, like where it's like, oh, is someone gonna kill someone to take the script or something, and all that stuff. But yeah, that was a moment where one of the homies who was actually the real lead, he had to like step down because like family stuff he was dealing with, and then short notice I had to really lock in because I became the lead for every single show, and it was like Kaget, bro. I was like shocked. I was like, what am I? I wasn't ready for this moment, right? Yeah. But I think those moments in life have really shaped me where I'm like, I'm not ready. It's the perfect time where I have to be ready.
I love that so much.
Which goes back to the podcast where it's like, the reason I'm making this podcast is I'm not ready at all.
Yeah, we don't have the perfect lighting. No, the sunset is the sun. Don't notice that, though.
Yeah, exactly. Don't notice the
production value still getting
Come on now. Robert, hook us up, bro.
Exactly, Robert. Come on, man. Yeah.
I remember exactly like, because I remember doing the rehearsals, bro. I was kind of like on second year because I was still working in Sakura. I was like tired, man. Yeah. Like, I still had the dream of like, late night host, but I was kind of more like chill chape, like tired as hell, bro, from work. So I'm like, oh, I'm understudy. Okay, I'm just gonna review lines, watch from afar. I'm never gonna actually have to step up. And then when that happened, I was like, God was like, oh, I got you. Yeah. This is your ultimate test. Yeah. So then I was like really locked in. I was like, opportunist. Yeah, that's another part of my life. I think he'll agree. I think I'm a nomadic opportunist. Yeah. That's me. I'm like, give me scraps and I'll make it into a cake.
Exactly.
That's good. I love my cake.
Oh, I love
cake.
Oh,
what a cake we're talking about. Especially when I was younger because I was very chubby. You guys can see. I still love cake though. Sweets, number one.
Sweets are delicious.
But yeah,
Portos after.
Yeah, Portos. That's a good celebration. But man, I remember
Patty's Portos.
Death Trap, man. Woo, man. Woo, that's when I really had the passion.
And Death Trap is a straight play, right? It's just no musical singing.
No musical singing because we'll get to that part of that show.
It's a play.
It's a play, just straight up like, man, the amount of lines, bro, it's probably the most lines I've ever done in my life. The memorization, bro. If you look at the full play, it's crazy, bro. It's, I think 3 acts, bro. I mean, every single one. Every scene is basically me, bro. I have to memorize this, that. Yeah. And that's when I realized, bro, oh my God, I love this. I love the game. I love it. I love it. Because even though it was so hard, once I finally got the gears going, and Mitch was, shout out to you, man. He was so patient with me. He guided me so much. And another thing, too, why he was like our dad, because our dad would be working all the time. He would drop me off at like home because it was just too far from us, And he didn't pay any mind. We would listen to 1975 together. I have a lot of core memories with him.
Yeah, 1975 was
Yeah, so he was really like a dad to me, to us, to the family, everybody, and I'm so grateful that he like put me under his wing. Like we did so many different projects with like the Board of Ed. We did this other short thing. I was talking to the Board of Ed this random time, doing a little performance. I remember did so much stuff with him, and he believed in me specifically, which I really needed because I didn't think like I need to talk to him about it when it comes to his episode. Like why did he pick me out of anybody? I'm like, I'm Asian. I'm Asian kid in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Really rare. And I guess, I don't know. It was just a surreal time. But one of the biggest skills I've learned doing theater was just being present in the moment. And what helped me a lot was what he taught me to never think about the next line. Think about the line that's right in front of you. So imagine your line is like, Where's mom at?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's say I'm
okay, ready?
Yeah. Oh, am I saying the line or
you say the line? Okay, you say the line.
Okay, let's say I'm acting. We're in
and action.
Yo, where's mom at though?
So she's in the bathroom, I think.
Where's mom at? Oh,
she's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I said where. So it's all about that one's a teaser of what I'm gonna explain later. Two different acting concepts. First acting concept about being present. But you know how it is, bro.
Yeah.
You're acting to react to it. I can't act sad if you didn't say your line of my dog died.
Yeah.
You know, even though you look sad, I can't just be like, I'm sad already. It doesn't make any sense. There's no continuity. And especially when I had a role with so many lines compared to Jimmy and Sydney, the character, bro, it was like 5 times as more lines. Jimmy, I probably had 2 pages worth of scripts. That trap was a whole play. Yeah. Like I'm in almost every scene. Yeah. I had to make sure I had all the cues. There's like fight choreo. See, there's a lot of stuff. Really taught me to be present. But also it taught me to lead the scene and improvise. Because especially being like, it's like in Marvel, you know, the anchor being, so to speak. Everything kind of does revolve around if you're the main character. So if someone forgets a line, I have to throw in something.
He's the one that's to cover up. Basically.
I have to cover up because the story doesn't go if I don't lead the story, especially if you're the main character, right? Depending on the scene, of course, right? So I was telling him how there's like some stories of, you know, where, you know, we have to improvise a lot because the where's mom line, I can't remember if it was, I don't think it was Death Trap, it was another play, but someone had to say the line, mom is coming tomorrow or something like that. But they forgot the line and stayed quiet the whole time. So imagine the dead space, right? So I had to just keep talking like, wow, it's a hard day without mom, you know? And then there's quiet. There's quiet, right? Mom, man. Oh, man.
I know, right? Yeah. Maybe
it's tough
dad
or something. Dad, right? That would be cool right now.
Daddy, mom. You know? Oh, mom. Oh, where's mom at?
Exactly. Oh, I think she's in the back. Exactly. Because I can't just say mom is in the back without his line. I could, but the problem is it also throws him off, you know? So it's like, acting is oh man, you learn a lot about that. But yeah, sophomore year was a fun time. I mean, junior year was a fun time. Did a lot of acting. I really delved into it. Then I did Connecticut Free Shakespeare again. I did The Taming of the Shrew. Shout out to them.
That's a good one.
Fun time. Great people, a lot of my boys, although we did a lot of rap that time. I don't know if I told you about this time, but we used to do a lot of freestyling rap, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Shout out to all my boys. Yeah. We did a lot. I'm not going to do it now, guys, because I'm kind of bad with it now.
So first is going to be the breakdancing, the fencing, and then he's going to do a live rap battle. John Cena. There you go. Yeah, I'm doing take that, though.
I did a lot of dabbling stuff. But that was another moment where, you know, I love the theater community. We did more singing in this because it's Shakespeare and everything. So that was another experience where I have to one day flesh out completely. But that helped me grow my love for the performances and everything. And then senior year goes along and it's college time.
College season.
Don't know where I want to go. I still want to pursue acting and performing and everything. So, you know, I pick Juilliard as one of my schools, right?
Yep.
I pick NYU, you know? You got a lot of safety schools. There's all that stuff. Being the oldest, it was tough. I really didn't know much. You know, our cousin went to college, but the resources weren't there. We didn't really know anything really. And yeah, I was kind of stuck. I remember my senior year, like I took a playwriting class. I did write a play. I did so much stuff.
I gotta read that play actually.
Oh no, you want to burn it?
I'm curious actually. I want to read that.
Oh man, it's tough. I'm better at improv. But yeah, so I did a lot of the acting stuff, but I really became more confident in myself, still working in Sakura in the restaurant, being more social. I ended up becoming class president, Central High School. Thank you, arigato. But it all connects back to the previous time, man, coming into regular Central. So I had all my homies be like, oh, I remember Patrick. I remember him. Oh, we're going to vote for him. Yeah. So it's like everything led to me winning it. And I didn't even have like posters or flyers around. I want
word of mouth. Street cred.
I told you. I can say the word. You know. But yeah, high school was a fun time because Man, I wish I could go back because there was like all those fun little pep rallies. Oh, yeah, man. Homecoming, yes.
It was a struggle for sure because we were working, doing all these things, but it was like very simple.
There's a charm, the beauty of it. I remember because I remember homecoming. We brought that back again, and like the pep rally eventually. Because
middle school, man, you're
right.
Right,
yeah, it's fun. It's simple, man. I wish I could go back to it. I got really close to all my best friends, the Tap Boys, my boys, all the homies. Man, we used to play soccer all the time on the weekends. Yeah. Oh my God, man, I'm just so nostalgic. Yeah, man, it was good times. Theater was still my love. I did this amazing play, Prospect High, Brooklyn. We did the debut for the Northeastern region, actually. This play was really cool because it's based off a school in Brooklyn where it's like inner city kids, which was basically similar to us, right?
Yep.
And the writer that writes it, I need to find the script, but they were pretty authentic to how like a school like Central High School would be, where like the slang is like, yo, get the shit away from me. Like, stop with all that, you know, like, hey, shit. You know, there's like a trans character where my character beats up. Okay, my character. My character.
Just clear, not Patty Setiati.
Okay, the character. Devin.
Devin.
Yes. And he's abusive to like his trans friend and his girlfriend too. And like I say the N word. No, I'm kidding. I got y'all. But I am sagging though, so my character is like a hoodlum. I yell, I get like crazy. But yeah, that was a really transformative play. That was a good play. I also did like 12 Angry Jurors, I remember, or 12 Angry Men. Good time too. And then that's when I was in my dating era, first girlfriend. You know, my first
shout
girlfriend.
Out to.
All right, here we go. No. Shout out, taught me a lot, girl. Appreciate
maybe the
you.
That's in the after hours. We'll
there's a lot, man. So, like I said, my riz was going up. I was getting more chatty. It was one of my friends from the theater vibe. She could sing. We were vibing together. I asked her out to prom. She was my prom date. Good times. She met the family. She met grandpa. So it was like serious for a little bit. We ended up dating in college too until like we broke up around my first semester, freshman year. But yeah, it taught me a lot about life and relationships. How, you never really know what you want in the future until you actually try it. So I recommend if you find love, hold on to it when you can, but don't get blinded by it, because I did realize there was moments where I wouldn't say like I'm not gonna go back in time and like change anything, but there was moments where I realized we weren't gonna be compatible in the long run. And now with my maturity now and other experiences in the future, I recognize I can't settle because of emotions. Don't listen to emotions all the time. I think emotions are important, especially as an artist. You need to follow the emotions, but don't let it consume you, because when it does, it goes to the whole gym kind of analogy, where you don't go to the gym because you want to. You go to the gym because you're disciplined.
Yep.
You can't really if you do everything through emotion and just pure passion, you can go so far, Like, don't get me wrong, you could go amazing places, but to the point when the days where the passion is dwindling, it's a little small fire, and you're like, oh, my back, I don't want to wake up, because it happens all the time. When you're not disciplined, you're not going to do anything, man. Yep. So, yeah, that's why I learned a lot, to find the balance. And I'm going to say that word a lot, balance. But balance of leading with emotion and being proud of how your emotion leads you as an artistic human being, as a man. But also having the logical side and the analytical side of being, okay, this isn't the right way. You have to be disciplined. You have to do this. You have to, take those steps. So that relationship taught me a lot. Super grateful, like I said. Met a lot of great people. Fun time. And, college was a great experience as well, man. My life story. Need to make a whole book.
Yeah, this is just this is like the...
I'm telling you, man.
This is the video diary preparing for you.
I know, this is a long episode, man. They're going to be like, damn, this
is a life story. It's a life story.
Life story, yeah. I'm kind of skipping through a lot. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't fully fleshed out. But, yeah, so high school goes around, I auditioned for NYU Tisch School of Arts. I remember exactly. Shout out my dad, daddy man. We didn't have iPhone really like that. He still had his flip phone, so he didn't have a GPS. So he dropped me off in the building where I was supposed to audition, right? I do 3 different monologues. I forget what they are. There was one about baseball, I remember.
Oh, baseball monologue. Was it like fences?
No, I feel like if I see it, I'll know it.
Okay.
But so I do the audition, and I feel like I'm okay with it. But I'm so nervous because we didn't know when we were gonna arrive because like traffic and everything. Daddy's also like, all right, I'll just drop you off and I'll like do a lap around or something like that.
Yeah.
I do the thing. My battery's very low. Do the thing. I'll leave, and I'm like, I don't feel as confident, but I'm like, man, whatever.
That makes me so sad, man. For context, y'all, Connecticut and New York are sure close, but nah, that's still at least an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half.
When our pops is like working 24/7, so he has to like purposely work around his shifts, and just like the kids in that car, just like, so, I want to audition, Dad. I want to audition.
Yeah. So
dang.
I mean, now, bro. That memory, like, whenever the moments, like, I feel angry at him when it's like asking about money or whatever. I need to remember those moments because that was another great moment in my life of him. He's still alive, guys. He's still alive, by the way. He's still alive. It sounds like he's dead. What is it? Remember, right? It's because he's in Connecticut. But, you know, I need those pockets of memory. I'm glad I have this episode, actually, because
Pocket for the sunshine.
Pocket for the sunshine. Pocket for the patty.
Yeah,
but like that, where he sacrificed it, man. Like, he barely had days off, especially when we're barely working, bro. And then the little brothers weren't working yet. He would work almost every 7 days, 8 days, right? Remember? 9 days. So the fact that he took time out of his day, man, to drive me to New York. No guarantee I would get to school. And spoiler alert, I didn't go to NYU, which sucks even more now.
Which you can tell by his LinkedIn profile.
Yes, I know. But yeah, man, it was, even though it was a sucky moment, it had another memory of like, Dad, man, we love you, man. We appreciate you greatly. This is why we're doing it too. And yeah, man, I didn't go to the School of Arts. Juilliard didn't give me an audition. I ended up Fairfield University.
Fairfield, Stags up.
Stags up. But honestly, Fairfield was a great time because I met a lot of great human beings. I remember before orientation, the Fairfield Theater Department, shout out to them, man. They welcomed me and all of the Central players, all the theater people to one of their productions, actually. Got tickets. They're like, hey, come through to see what the theater looked like. And it was like really welcome. I was like, oh, this is cool, man. I can be scrappy with it. You know, even though it wasn't my number one school, it was near the house, so I could still work at Sakura. So I was still working, guys. Yeah. And yeah, man, graduated. It was a fun time. Grateful for all the memories. Said bye to a lot of people, and then went to Fairfield while still working in Sakura, working hard, doing more server work, you know, all that stuff. And I remember freshman year as a commuter student. My first 2 years was commuting. I didn't have a car yet, didn't have my license yet. I failed a lot of times, like I said, first one in the family. To get the license took a while out of everybody. Everybody, right? Yeah, everybody. Took me a while to get it because our dad was so paranoid. He didn't want us to do it, which I get it because it is scary. But this is the biggest tip for anyone getting like teaching their younger sibling or anyone to learn how to drive. You have to instill them the confidence because if you don't, they will fail that test. They'll get to an accident and you'll get a headache because that's why it made it easier for me to teach all you guys, right? Like, even though this is me exposing it now, I had no confidence in all y'all. To be honest, him, Dylan especially, Dylan, Julian. Oh my, none of y'all, man. I'm gonna bring you. I'm taking the current out. Y'all, I had no confidence. My heart was racing more than everybody else. Okay.
Well, now you know how Dad felt when you was teaching you how to drive.
Perspective, you know. But what I realized is what helped me pass the test was being relaxed. So. Whenever I was like, would teach you guys, I'll be so you could probably attest to it. I would be so chill, like, yeah, man, just take a right, just take a left, like, calm down. Because growing up, I used to have a lot of big anger issues. He knows this because of maybe the bullying, WWE, the bullying and everything, all that. Not justifying me having anger issues. Maybe it runs in the family too. Genetics.
Mental health is a real thing, y'all.
Yeah, mental health is a real thing.
Donate to charity. Jose personally from 203.
Oh no! God! He's crazy, right? Sorry. But where was I talking about? Yes, the whole driving thing, right? So I remember my dad would have to pick us up after work from school, from Fairfield. So I was still like commuting, doing a theater degree at that moment, doing all the different classes. First year experience. Shout out to my NSL Emily. Love you, girl. Miss you. Everybody. I was trying to be involved in the campus while I could, you know, but I was still working the weekends. It was so hard to maintain a theater degree because we had to do productions, and I just couldn't because all the rehearsals were during the weekend. And bro, like I would work, you know, the weekends work, bro. What was it? We would have to get ready by like noon to the nighttime. That's when the rehearsals were. And I was like, guys, unfortunately I can't because you know we providers
literally
of the family.
Work, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We literally helped provide with the family, and it was a tough time, but it made me get more scrappy with it. So like, I ended up not doing theater as a major, but I did take a lot of great acting classes, which shout out to my boy, my acting class, man. One of the acting classes that also transformed me a lot about being present, and he called me out on my acting skills.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wait, who's the teacher that taught you? Are you gonna say the name or not?
There's too many shout outs are here. Okay, I can't shout out, but you know who you are, my boy. Man, that acting class, exactly. I remember, man. It made me question my acting skills. Let's say that. And I think in life you need those moments of like friction, because if you always think you're good, you're never gonna fully grow. So we had one scene. One of my partners, he matched me with another theater major, which she's also very talented. So like they knew like, he's gonna give me with a good person, good match, not like a random person that's taking it as an elective. Yeah. So it was a lot of pressure already, bro. So me and her, we were just like trying to do the scene. I remember we're near our like tech runs, kind of like almost done, and then he kind of stops. He's like, "What was that?" Like he basically like, "What was that?" He's like, "Wait." He was like, "Are you guys theater majors?" Like literally, "Are you guys
like a little majors? Whiplash action?"
Yeah, literally, like literally. Are you guys theater majors? Yeah. Are you guys acting or what are you guys doing? What, like literally, not verbatim, but I kind of like phased it out exactly what he said, because it was just like I was shocked, bro. I was like, I thought I was at least decent. But basically, like, your booty, like bro, I don't feel any emotion. Nothing's coming out there. You're just saying the lines.
Just saying the lines.
You're just saying the lines. Oh my god, bro, that struck a chord. I was like, oh my god. I felt like my soul.
That though,
I felt my soul left my body, bro. I was like, I was just trying to absorb it. I was like,
it's like robots could do this. You know what I mean?
Here, let me read the lines for you. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah. Bro, show me how it's done. There's a scene, whatever. I'm like, okay. We come back, practice more. We get used to it. And then I took that to heart in a good way. I didn't take it like, man, I hate this professor. He's bugging out. I took it. Obviously, at the moment, I was like, damn, what is he talking about? Because it's the ego. Ego talking. Once
calling you out.
When you kill your ego, that's when you get the growth, right? So I'm glad. And I was like 18 and 19, right? Sophomore year. I was like, I'm glad my ego was cut off. And I was like, oh, there's a reason he's saying that, because he knows my potential can go higher, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just saying the lines. Okay, I am, because I'm just like waiting for her next line to say. I'm not reacting to what she just said or how I'm gonna react to that line. I like, if I'm anticipating the line to be, let's go to the kitchen together. Why am I walking towards the kitchen if my original goal is to go to the patio? It makes no sense at all, right? In a logical sense. See, that's the analytical brain. But in the emotional sense, the only reason I want to do this is because I'm trying to avoid you, right? And that's when I realized, oh, in acting, there's objectives, just like in life. There's a reason why I want to wake up at a certain time, because I need to prepare, shower before I go to work. There's objectives as human beings. That's the bare bones stuff of acting. People make it so complex. We're like, oh, what should I have to cry on command? I have to be angry. No, you just have objectives. That's the main thing. The main thing is object. It's like boom, boom. You want to go here, here, and then it leads you to say one thing and leads you to another. Obviously, if you have crappy writing, then it'll show. It'll show, right?
But there's only so much you can do.
Only so much you can do.
If you have to be word for word for a script that's kind of ass, God bless your soul.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's a short film that I randomly did. Man, there was this one time. It's like, it's not about the money. One of the lines, and I'm kidding.
He just leaked the script. Let's just do the whole entire scene.
But like, that really stuck with me. I'm like, wow, I need to swallow my pride, and then. We do that practice, me and my scene partner. Final day, everyone does their performance. I think we're last, because everyone else does it. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, damn, our professor can rip us apart. We do the scene, bro. I'm telling you, I haven't felt more in the zone in forever, because I knew, like, to make homie proud, but also for myself, I'm like, all right, I'm coachable, okay? I'll take this. I'm actually gonna do it. I'm not a theater major just because I'm for, like, just in gigs. I'm here for a reason. I do the scene, bro, with her. We're like locked in, bro. And I kid you not, we didn't miss a single line. We said every single line, but it felt like we weren't saying lines. That's how good it was.
I love that.
That's how good it felt like.
You weren't worrying about the script. The script was gone at that point.
Yeah.
Just moment to moment.
Present, But the lines, and and maybe the script wasn't the best. I can't remember exactly. I need to find what it was, but maybe the scripts weren't the best lines. But literally, professor looked there, was like, damn, like he was. I could see it in his eye. He was like, man, he was like a proud dad moment. He was like, he was a tough critic, bro, and he really gave that good answer. Like, man, he was like, great job, guys. You really took what I told y'all and just like, and it was one of the proud moments of my life, man. Taking that acting class, I got to take another one again. Super fun time just to learn new things. But yeah, so sophomore year was kind of crazy because I ended up becoming a student leader, commuter peer assistant.
Nice.
Yes. I have a lot of crazy stories with that one. But freshman year as a commuter student, we had something called a commuter peer assistant. My boy Julio, love you, bro, and Abdul. These two guys basically gave us like events that would happen for commuter students because remember I told you with the whole theme about being an outsider. Everyone was on campus. We were outsidering again. People that would just like live nearby and commute to school. So we didn't feel as included, but they made this initiative, Residential Life, to make people feel more included. So I applied for that position because I wanted to help out, and also like it was a leadership position, good for my resume. They paid a little bit, and I had genuine fun in the commuter lounge. So many crazy memories. One day, a college.
There'll be a college episode.
Yeah, it's a lot crazy time, but. Yeah, man, I had so much fun with the commuter stuff. You know, met a lot of great people, all my homies. A lot of them are on the podcast. Y'all will see them, you know, everybody. But, yeah, man, that's also when I got to my second relationship. Yeah. Fell in love, you know, went to Puerto Rico a couple times. Grew my junior year. I ended up finally being a resident assistant, living on campus. Resourceful, like I said, because I wanted to live on campus, but we didn't have the funds. Yeah. So that gave me housing, paid me a little bit. And I did random jobs. I was a mascot on campus, working at the health center.
Lucas the Stag.
Yeah, I was Lucas the Stag. Shout out. I was working at the Quick Center of the Arts, which was I was like parking attendant. I was also an usher, not the singer usher, but like you know with the tickets and everything.
He looks like the singer, but
yes, don't get it twisted, guys. Don't get it confused. But yeah, I did so many random jobs on campus, man. It was a lot of like gig work and kind of teases what I am doing in LA, but. You know, fell in love, broke up, you know, breakup happens or junior
future episode for the break.
Future episode. There's a lot of episodes.
Patty After Hours. This is good. This is setting the groundwork for all the different choose your own adventure.
Exactly.
Whatever y'all are interested in, put it in the comments.
Exactly. Put it in the thank you. Put it in the comments which stories we're gonna flesh out.
Mark 1 hour 17, whatever.
Yes, exactly. And then you know, senior year happens. I'm still like heartbroken, guys. You know how it is because our friend groups are still the same, so I still see her.
That's awkward.
You know, guys, you know how that is. And like I said, I went to Puerto Rico twice, so it's like you know. At that moment, I thought it was gonna get more serious, like thinking of marriage, all that stuff. And senior year, you know, already thinking about the future, post grad, and everything. So I'm already looking for jobs. I became a communication major for the more broad aspect of things, and also because like I mentioned, the theater requirement you needed to do productions, and because of working at Sakura, I just couldn't do it, unfortunately. But my counselors, they were so nice to help me with the transition to communication. So super grateful for them. And then, you know, I did a lot of stuff in senior year as a single man, you know, doing my thing. Aqua Patty Halloween special. I was an RA again, doing my thing. I was the president of a club called Distinguished Gentlemen, where we promote healthy masculinity. Did a lot of great programs like mentoring young kids, young men, young boys actually they were probably like in the middle school in Bridgeport, teaching them how to be great men. We had a rally against domestic violence. There's this event that we host yearly called the Women's Appreciation Dinner. Love my women out there, single women, taken women, moms, single moms that are taken. You know, whoever you are, I appreciate you. You know where to hit me up. And, you know, it was a lot of stuff that I did my senior year because I also had my radio show and podcast with Akbar, the Does Anyone Else show, the day show. So that show is about us coming together and how I mentioned me being an outsider. It really came from me being an outsider where like I realized, you know, despite all of our differences, you know, we're more connected than we think. So we always ask the question like, does anyone else think, I don't know, watermelon is good?
Exactly.
And maybe Tyrone. I don't know why I said Tyrone. Thinks watermelon is good. And then I think watermelon is good. All right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know, I don't know why I said Tyrone.
You did have a friend Tyrone in one of the
yes, I did.
shows.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Of course.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you guys can find those episodes. But
exactly.
yeah, I did the radio show too. It was awesome. Shout out to everyone over there. Amazing time. Akbar, everybody. Second half of the year, we got upgraded to the nicer studio where you could hear us live. It was amazing, man. It was a great time. I remember Lucario, my boy Lucario.
Yeah.
He played it online, like while the radio show was playing. I know Deddy played it one time. It was a proud moment of me, man. We had a lot of people calling and all that stuff. It was super fun, man. I wish we could do that again. And you know, COVID hits. COVID. The year I graduated, 2020, had a spring break trip. That's another whole long story, but crazy time. New Orleans. And literally after all the craziness, we come back home and everything shuts down. Border shuts down. I'm a resident assistant on campus with all the international students. I love them all. This is a lot that happens. But yes, during COVID, man, you know, so didn't have a job lined up. I really gained a lot of weight because I wasn't working out. And shout out to my boy Ben & Jerry's.
Ben & Jerry's. Another sponsor. Another feature sponsor.
Another sponsor. Ben & Jerry's, man, helped me, man, with the depression.
It might have furthered the depression.
Yes, as well. maybe, yeah. But basically, you know, I found out that I was an extrovert, actually, because I get so fueled with just meeting people all the time and just all that good energy. And, you know, didn't know what to do. There was so much food stocked up on campus because we were expecting to have another month or two of kids on campus, but since everything was shut down, only the international students that couldn't go home, other RAs that were on campus, and then like some staff. So all the food that was like, they were ready to throw out, you know, they had like everything. They were like, all right, go crazy, get whatever you needed. Bro, I remember I grabbed like 5 pints one day, bro, put it in a baggie. Ben & Jerry's cookies and cream, half baked. What is it called? All the different Cherry Garcia, you name it. I tried every flavor. Had it in my little mini fridge. You remember my mini fridge my senior year?
Yeah.
Stuffed that, bro. To the point where I could, if I moved it a little bit, pop. That is going to pop everything out.
Yeah.
It was filled with Ben & Jerry's. Some nights, I kid you not, on my record, 4 pints, bro. After man, it was crazy. Crazy. Ben & Jerry's sponsored me, man. But let's do the low-calorie version because that was crazy.
That's good. Make a low-calorie version.
Low calorie. But yeah, man, that was a crazy time. So COVID happens, and then, you know, graduation, we never fully had it. We have to leave campus around June. And also, like, there's so much. I need to really flesh it out. But go back, I don't have a job still. We still do the day show, you know. Shout out to everyone that made it a thing. Akbar, you know, gets his girlfriend pregnant. Yay, he becomes a pops. He gets busy. And we kind of, that whole like entertainment stuff, honestly, goes for a pause for a little bit. It's tough because I'm still trying to look for a job. No openings in communication. Dad got sick. I remember that time with COVID, and I was taking care of him. I think you were in college that time, right? You were doing your thing. It was just tough, man. It made me go back to the moment where I felt like I was not the oldest brother, you know, like I'm like a pleb. I'm like, damn, I feel helpless. I don't know what to do. And then I don't remember what day I stopped feeling bad for myself, but I really, really gained a lot of weight, you know. And then I ended up going to this park and just going for walks, working out there, did a lot of calisthenics with rings. I remember I even did workouts in the snow. Yeah. And then these little kids around, I was like, hey, man, hey, mister. I'm like, damn, that's how I knew I was getting old. And I was only like 22 at that time. I had my whole beard. I looked like Kung Fu Chu. Man, I was damn. But I realized how fitness really saved me and movement, and eventually how I became a personal trainer. One of those stories is because of that. And COVID really opened my eyes to learning the lesson of, you know, I don't want to say like not feeling bad for yourself, because sometimes you have to give yourself grace. I agree 100%. I'm in the point of my life where I'm giving myself more grace, but nothing's going to change if nothing changes. And if you don't act on it, no one's going to help you, honestly. It sounds messed up. You could have a big family like us, but it's 5 siblings. We got our mom and dad that loves us, family, but no one's going to help us. You know, like no one's going to give us handouts. And even when they do, you're not going to get any. You're not going to get anything if you just accept the handout. You have to do something with the handout if you are given a handout, because we are given handouts left and right. So that happened, and I was just grinding, all that stuff, and a year passed, and my mom, we haven't seen our mom in like maybe almost 10 years or something. And then my mom had that idea like, hey, you guys should visit. And I was like, it's not a bad idea. Our youngest brother and our baby sister was in Indonesia at that time. I'm like, hey, man, you guys should try it out. At that time, I was still an Indonesian citizen, but when you're 18 or something like that, you have to renounce your citizenship. So obviously I picked U.S. Citizenship.
Yeah.
U.S., we could say whatever we want about it. There's a lot of craziness, but that passport is powerful. So I kept that passport. It was so hard. Another hurdle. I'm like, damn, I can't go back to Indonesia. I can't see the family because COVID, the restrictions, the what is it called? The vaccines weren't ready and everything. And then it's another moment in my life where I realized like things just happen for a reason. Our mommy's best friend's friend was on a WhatsApp call with all of us randomly, talking about how like, oh, I want my son to come to Indonesia, but it's so hard with COVID and everything. Homie, the friend, right? Here's the conversation. He's like, don't worry. Wait, well, why is it so hard? I know a way to do it. And, I don't know if I can fully talk about it because of legal reasons. Yeah. But basically, he hooked us up. He hooked me up just from hearing that conversation because he wanted to be a genuine soul and help someone that he didn't know at all. Because it's like friend, like you do, stuff like that. Helps us out, do the visa stuff. Long story short, with them and how they're connected, mommy's best friend's best friend and that guy, they obviously had drama, and that's a whole long story, but they don't have any contact with each other. But he was still professional with me the whole time, bro, with the visa, with mommy too and everything. I gave my passport in Indonesia. I shipped it over to an embassy, bro. Did not know if my passport was gonna ever come back, bro. Like that's when I realized like God's real, man. Like someone was watching. This guy was Muslim. He's Indonesian German. Like know nothing about him, but it was super nice, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about his other stuff. Like there's other story, all that drama. I don't like to delve in that. But yeah, man, it was crazy because that's the reason I went to Indonesia. And when I realized traveling was my goal, my dream. Yeah. This was 2021, I believe. No career. Go to Indonesia, not expecting much. I got that visa. Go to, see the family again. Mommy, everybody. It was great. It was emotional time. Really emotional. I have to flesh out. That's another chapter book. Yeah. Long time. Go to Manado. I mentioned it in Romel's episode about the whole thing with Opa Denny. Love you, Opa Denny. Miss you. That really changed me a lot, with the whole, like, being the representative of the family to witness his, like, his passing and physically seeing his, like, lifeless body in the morgue was, like, it was crazy, man. It's really crazy. But he reminded me about the good in the world because he was someone that you can attest to this. This guy, he's nice to everybody, bro. Yeah. Like
and
he's
always giving and giving service to people.
Giving, of service.
Give more than you receive.
Yeah,
the epitome of
obviously,
that,
like people took advantage of him, unfortunately. But man, he taught me to live life, and I wanted to travel more because of him too. Because like he loved laughing, man. He was laughing, hey, like his distinct, like, oh man, his distinct. I wish, yeah, man. It's just like I just think about those moments because he's one of those people also where I always wanted to tell him my college stories and all the stories we talk about now because we haven't seen him since also that 10-year gap. And he was one that understood English pretty well. Yeah. I really wanted to tell him all the stories. So man, he's hearing all the stories right now. Maybe don't listen to all of them, though, man. Yeah, okay? Okay, brother?
Tune in selectively.
Yeah, tune in selectively because there's a lot of crazy ones.
Exactly.
But, yeah, man, but I remember that it was kind of like a little traumatic time. And then I ended up going to Bali because the friend of a friend with the visa stuff, that's where I get my extension. I go with mommy, and then mommy leaves me, and I'm there for like 3 months, bro. 3-4 months. God is good, man. Another friend of a friend moment. So, Mbae, miss you, girl. That's mommy's friend's friend, Yeah. She's like a property manager, villa manager, all that stuff. Her, like, nephew, but not really nephew. You know how this family. Introduces, which my boy Edo, he does a lot of fashion. That's the boy, photography. He introduced me to his Danish friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the homies, all the homies, Rika and Matthias, all of them. They have nonprofits. I do a lot of nonprofit work over there, having a fun time, building up my resume. A lot of fun times. Bali is a whole nother, oh my God, that's crazy. I can't even fully say everything because we did a lot of crazy stuff. This is just like the short stuff because this life story is long. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. But yeah, I travel a lot. I fall in love. I get addicted. I see your what's it called? Your production on a poolside.
Oh yeah, the play that I made.
I'm sorry, I didn't fully flesh it out.
It was busy enjoying too much.
I was having too much fun. But his capstone project essentially was like a play, and I was enjoying my life over there. But you're like, this brother's enjoying.
I remember the background.
Yeah, you're like
the pool and everything. I was like,
but it's funny because, like I said, we come from like nothing, y'all. Yeah. Like, so it was like, wow. So that gave me that grit of like just want to pursue like my dreams and just grit. Like, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. You know, all that stuff. Like, I see people that are digital nomads, personal trainers, everything that inspires me a lot. Travel a lot, and then I go back to the States. Work is kind of like ambiguous, doing some online stuff, whatever. Like, not fully career driven. And then oh man, there's a lot that happens in that. Next year when I come back, I get to reunite with a lot of people, talk about my travel experiences in Bali. Of course, I go to Kalimantan too, where our other family is. There's like a lot of travels, guys. I end up going to Europe because shout out to Shawty over there. She lives in Estonia, so I go over there, do some more traveling. In the UK, got my girl Rebecca from Fairfield. She was my what is it called? Student? I was her resident assistant essentially. So everything all connects, and then I see my Danish people up there too. So it's like I travel a lot, and it's all about connecting the dots. I go to Southeast Asia again, go to Bali with Lucario. All crazy stories. You talk about it too. I do a lot of traveling, guys. A lot of traveling, yada yada yada. I do. I come back to the States 2023, maybe. I think. While I was traveling, though, I was talking to him, this man, talking about handouts, just the brother right here, because he already moved to LA, doing his thing, crushing it, acting, NBC, all that stuff. And I was really thinking about getting back into career stuff because obviously money, we need to make money. And also, I haven't been back in entertainment world in ages. My podcast was kind of dead. I wasn't acting. I did some presenting stuff. I did that Indonesian thing, remember? Malam Budaya, the
Indonesian culture night.
And it was a fun time, but it was the moment where I was like, okay, I still loved it. Because when I did it again, I had that addiction. I'm like, ooh, I was super unprepared because it was last minute. But I was like, damn, this is fun. I love this. I wasn't paid yet, Now I got a rate now. So if you guys want to know my rate, let me know.
Yeah.
So I do that, and we talk about it. I'm like, hey, bro, what do you think? He's like, yeah, man, open arms, come through.
Yeah, come to LA.
Come to LA.
You might need to change the environment to pursue this specific career in entertainment media even more full throttle.
Yeah, I'm still gonna love traveling and all that stuff, but I knew the importance of like the career. Because obviously, like going back to the cycle of the family, man, like everyone's still young, we gotta do it for the family, provide. And bro, I remember us moving there, man. I appreciate this flowers. We'll talk more about it in this episode. Man, you helped me so much, you Yasi. Everybody in the house, all the homies out there, all the friends. Brendan was on the episode, for example, too. Oh my God. Everybody just welcomes me with open arms, man. I was so grateful for my beginning in LA because, like, I was like, bro, I wouldn't have done this without y'all. So I literally had no money, bro. My bank account, I think you guys asked me before. It was almost like about to be negative, like a couple hundred, bro. Couple hundred, bro. Like I had so much credit card debt because of everything, the travels, and not to prolong the whole debt stuff. Took a lot of our money, all that stuff. But yeah, man, still student loans, all the craziness. Oh my God, it was like I didn't know how I could do it. Stayed in I remember my favorite little air mattress. Jaquan, my air mattress in the room. It was a fun time. Obviously, you had a glow dog. You were doing all your stuff. You went to China and everything. Yeah, man, it was tough. I was looking for jobs. I got Squid Game. That's where you guys meet a lot of my podcast guests. And still a lot more to come. All the Squid Game homies. Love you guys so much. Got that opportunity through Zoom. They gave me the job on the spot. And, I did that. Met like Will Smith. Did a lot of great things. Met a lot of creatives. Inspired me to do everything that I'm doing. My low-key people also on the podcast too. Got to get more of y'all. But that was like a Mexican restaurant where like
Culver City.
For
all of our LA friends.
Yeah, man. So it's like I did all these random gigs, but it was all scrappy stuff. I was like a running coach for this girl I found on Craigslist randomly. I barely could run. And did random gigs all around, production assistant stuff I found on Facebook, a job listing, man. I was hungry, bro. You know how it was my resourcefulness that came out. I was just like, I'm not gonna fail, bro, because the family depends on it, and also like you gave me this opportunity. I'm not gonna give it like sia or what's that English? I'm not gonna. What is it?
It's kind of like I don't want to make it to waste.
Yeah, I don't want that opportunity to waste because I'm like, man, I came here literally with nothing. I need to. There's no option, but I'm like, it's like when the fire's up your butt. I say this a lot to you when we talk. The fire up my booty, I don't like it up the booty.
Yeah.
The fire though.
But when the fire is up the booty,
it's nice, man. Because I remember those days, man, where I jumped out of bed because I'm like, oh, I'm blessed. And obviously sometimes now, because like we'll get to that part eventually, but like I remember those moments where I'm like, damn, I need to apply to this, apply to that, do this, do that. I got a Hyundai commercial randomly from like just applying to random stuff. I didn't even have any headshots back then. You remember that, bro? I met Amelia. She was on the podcast too. Oh my God. Indonesian girl too. Like, it's just like everything led to one another. And it was just like momentum kept going. And then finally, the whole agency stuff. This is where the podcast kind of finally came to be. Shout out to my representatives at Prestigious Models Image Powerhouse. So my brother Arnold, he already was represented. So he recommended that I made, I'm not an analytical guy, but spreadsheets of all the different agencies from IMDb, right? IMDb, right, bro. So listing all the names of and then see if track basically what I emailed and everything, right? I emailed so many. Keep going. And no response, blah blah blah, everything. I'm like, damn, this is tough, man. While this is happening, I'm still applying to different stuff. I'm still working at the Mexican restaurant. Squid Game was only a gig stuff, so that was done, and I was taking the bus when I could. Obviously, grateful to have you as your car, and then he hooked me up with a little NBC pass. But the bus and the train was not reliable, man. It was like so hard, man. I was like, man, I need to keep hustling. So I tried to find different gigs I was doing. Did a lot of production assistant stuff, personal training. I ended up getting my degree, a certificate with ISSA, International Sports Science Association. And I finally had my dream of finally being a personal trainer formally, because I've done it before, training like just for fun, really. And I was on the side gig where I woke up at like 3 a.m. 3 a.m. because I had to take the bus. That time was just crazy. But yeah, I did a lot of random gigs. I did the Craigslist ad that got me the game show. I talk about it on the episode with Real Wolf. Yeah. Super grateful for that opportunity. These producers, like, while I was in Squid Game, a producer literally called me up like, hey, you want to do this audition for a hype crowd personnel or something? And I do great. He loves me. But then budget switches, so they ended up doing a comedian to do the budget, the crowd hype person. And then he's like, well, you should try applying. And then I'm like hesitant because I'm like, would you want someone that's an actor too, like a entertainer? And he's like, as long as you just pivot yourself as a person that likes to travel, have a different narrative. So he was a homie. And then, you guys know it's where I get the game show, and you guys have to watch it.
It's on Amazon Prime TV. Wishlist games with Nick Cannon.
Crazy, man. I can't, Nakabayang, I can't like visualize that. My younger self, when I was getting bullied by that little girl, can't picture getting into a game show, going that crazy. Yeah. And then that was even before I was represented by Prestigious Models Image Powerhouse. I get a Zoom call with them, by the way, and then the CEO, shout out to Kim, she, we were having a great conversation. We were vibing. It was good energy. And then, the end, I was like, do you have any questions? You always have to have questions ready. So obviously I asked her like, okay, so my main focus in entertainment is honestly presenting, hosting, like I mentioned, the whole why I'm in LA. How can you guys help me with that? And she's like, oh yeah, we can definitely help you with that, all this stuff, guiding. And then she asked me the question.
The golden question, which is the answer to the original question.
Yeah, this is the longest answer to the question. The longest answer to the question, guys.
Well, that's what this episode's for. Yes, the origin story, basically.
She asked me literally, do you have a podcast? And of course, I was like, ooh, no. I can't lie to her. I did have one, but no.
Nothing like ongoing. Yeah.
And, that really stuck with me. And that's how I kind of got out of my shell. He helped me out with like, hey, man, don't worry about it too much. Don't make it perfect. Just do it. And thankfully, I did with my best friend, Jan Conan. Thank you so much for being on the first episode. Now we're on 50, which is crazy. So it's like everything led to one another, all that crazy stuff. Like, yeah, it's just, I'm so grateful for all the experiences. And that's how I answered that question in like an hour. That's how the Patty Show came to be, guys. It's that's.
I feel like that answer answers all of the other questions that we were talking about.
Yeah.
In terms of passion, there was a little bit of exploring the inception of this love for hosting, which came from defying stereotypes, overcoming obstacles, having that foundation in theater, loving to learning that you're actually an extrovert and you feed off the energy of other people, traveling, it's a very complicated sort of thing that led you to this point. But also pleasure, because like your boy Leroy said, find the joy in it.
Oh, stop, man.
That got me. That really got me. It's you can have all these ambitions, but at the end of the day, ground it in the fact that you love doing it, and you're doing it for the joy, and you're doing it out of inspiration, not desperation, right? Which is another thing that I think. And the positivity is, man, you're doing this show and bringing in 49 guests. I see those comments, man.
Well, 49 plus actually.
49 plus. You're right.
Some double
time,
so
and the
it's
family
50
episodes.
Something, yeah. So 50 something guests.
Yeah, it's where people are we're not promoting just a blind sense of positivity. That's not what we're saying, right? But it's at the end of the day, there's so this world can be interpreted in so many ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Might as well have the mind, and we're all gonna die anyways. Might as well have that mindset of doing good to others and to yourself. So, I mean, hey man, we would have another episode very, very soon. But I feel you have any other closing words? Because I feel that kind of covers everything.
That was a good one right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was a really good episode. It's a stream of consciousness and connecting to all these different things. Cody's about to violate us.
Cody's about to go crazy right now.
Time for us,
perfect time for. Well, that was the episode. Yeah. So grateful. Thanks for asking.
Of course, Shane.
the one question.
That answers everything else.
Hey, Cody, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Cody.
Come here, Cody. Patty Show podcast on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Next episode's coming out soon.
Yeah.
His episode's gonna come out real soon, and we're so grateful. And thanks for listening, tuning in. Do your personal paradise, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Arigato on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Arigato!
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySetiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.